More than 500 lives lost every day, 2,000 people injured daily, the denial of the basic rights to education and health, and the effects of ineffectual laws and under-equipped task forces. Hello everyone, I'm Nathan, a Year 11 student studying at Qatar International School, and I will be serving as the president of the SDG 16 committee in this year's MSMUNQ conference. The SDG 16 Committee for Peace, Justice and Strong Institutions aims by 2030 to provide access to justice for all and to reduce all conflict-related deaths. And as you may have guessed by now, I will be the expert chair on the issue of armed violence in MEDCs. Children face some of the worst effects of armed violence, both direct and indirect effects of this violence, and children before the age of 5 have some of the worst indirect impacts, as healthcare and education systems are destroyed, and because of this, children are unable to gain the necessary skills to be a part of the workforce in the future, and contract diseases such as malaria, diarrhea, and malnutrition from a very young age. Women are also some of the primary victims in a lot of communities affected by gun violence. Family killings are a significant issue for women, as this is the only category of homicides where women are significantly more vulnerable than males, and when a woman is killed in her home, it is likely that it is her male partner who is to be the murderer. And in South Africa, it has been calculated that a woman is killed every 6 hours by their partner. Gang violence also plays a large role in shaping the conditions for women, as gangs oppress women without concern for their well-being. And in 2015 itself, there was over 45,000 cases of violence against women, which is around 125 cases every day. We also often hear of horrific acts committed against minorities, being discriminated by their governments, being attacked by other groups, or being forced to leave their homes and lands. How do you think armed violence has affected these groups? Gun violence increases the problems that are faced by these people on a daily basis. And even in more developed countries such as the USA, certain communities, notably African American communities, experience firearm violence at a much higher level in comparison to others. As you have seen, this is obviously a horrific issue. But what are the root causes of this issue? Let's start with the socio-economic inequalities. Communities that have historically been known for violence have remained this way because of the values that are instilled in young children and the reluctance of both private and public sectors to invest in these areas. People who grow up in communities that experience a lot of gun violence and insecurity often resort to guns and violence to protect themselves and their families, as they often feel that they have no other option. And this leads to compounding problems, including the fact that the education and healthcare industries are severely affected, and so most adults in these neighborhoods are not even able to graduate high school, and so are unable to find jobs that can support their needs, leading to unemployment rates of over 20% in violent areas. Politics is also at the heart of this issue. As in Latin America, for example, gun violence is caused by the harsh anti-drug policies in the so-called war against drugs, and this is due to the fact that drug cartels in countries such as Mexico face no fear in opposing the under-equipped and underfunded military forces, and so a lot of officials are forced to ignore the crimes committed by these gangs and cartels in fear of their own lives. In the US, the Constitution itself is a cause of gun violence, as it gives citizens the right to own firearms, and this means that people can easily get a hold of these weapons and use them for criminal activities, including armed violence. So hello again everyone. As you've all seen, this is an extremely important issue with multiple effects and clear causes. And so from these we can also find certain solutions to these issues. That's why I invite you all to join MSMUN 2021 to collaborate on creating solutions to this extremely important issue. Thank you.